Hello students, as we have discussed about the equilibrium constant in the previous video, in this video we are going to discuss the equilibrium constant in the gaseous system. We are familiar with the formula for equilibrium constant for the general equation, that is A plus B give rise to C plus D, where small a, small b, small c and small d, these are their respective stoichiometric coefficient. So the equilibrium constant for this general equation that we can represent by the symbol Kc is equal to, that is C to power C into D to the power D divided by A to the power A into B to the power B, where here the terms which we are using, the reactant and product, these are in terms of concentration. Therefore, we call this equilibrium constant as equilibrium constant in terms of concentration, because here we are taking the concentration of C, concentration of D, concentration of A and concentration of B. So this equilibrium constant, we can say it is a equilibrium constant in terms of concentration. That's why it written as Kc, where the C represent the concentration. But for the reactions involving the gases as shown here, like A is a gas, B is a gas, C is a gas and even the D is a gas. So for the reactions involving the gases, however, it is usually more convenient to express the equilibrium constant in terms of pressure. Therefore, we can write the equilibrium constant in terms of pressure, that for this reaction is equal to Kp is equal to Pc, where P is the pressure, partial pressure for C gas, Pd is the partial pressure of D gas divided by Pa, that is partial pressure of A gas, and Pb, that is the partial pressure of B gas. Here also the stoichiometric coefficients are in powers. You can see for the partial pressure of C, power is C, that is the stoichiometric coefficient, and similarly for others also. So here also the partial pressure and with the raised to their powers, and these powers are also their stoichiometric coefficient. So that is, this reaction is called as that is Kp. Here we can call it as equilibrium constant in terms of partial pressure. So here this is an equilibrium constant, that is equilibrium constant when we are taking the concentration of reactant and product, and Kp is also an equilibrium constant for the same reaction, but here instead of taking the concentration of reactant and product, we are taking the partial pressure of that is the pressure of the each gases, because this is only applicable for the reaction in which the reactant and product are in the gaseous state. So it is more convenient to use the equilibrium constant expression in terms of partial pressure. Now let us derive a relationship between Kc and Kp, where Kc is the equilibrium constant for a reaction in terms of concentration, where Kp is the equilibrium constant for that particular reaction in terms of partial pressure. As we are familiar with the ideal gas equation, that is PV is equal to nRT. That is, we can write this partial pressure P is equal to N by V RT. We can write this equation of ideal gas equation in this way. Now here N by V, that is N is the number of moles, V is the volume. So as we have learned that number of moles by volume, that is nothing but we can call it as molarity, that is molarity. N by V, that is number of moles by volume, that is nothing but we can call it as molarity. And what is molarity? It is actually the concentration. So as we have already expressed the equilibrium constant in terms of concentration, where the concentration is nothing but the molarity. So here N by V can be represented here as concentration. So instead of writing N by V, we can write concentration for that particular reactant. For that reaction, if for the gas A, the partial pressure PA can be written as, that is concentration of A RT. Now here N by V, that is can be represented by concentration. So for particularly for the A gas, we can write concentration of A RT. That means N by V we are writing in as we are writing N by V is equal to the concentration, that is the molarity. So if we are talking about for the A gas, then it is A concentration of A RT. Similarly, we will be writing for PB, that is partial pressure of B gas, can be written as PB is equal to concentration of B RT. Similarly, we can write for C and D also, that is PC is equal to CRT, PD is equal to DRT. Here the concentration of A, B, C, D, these is represented while writing the square brackets. So it shows that it is the concentration of A. So we got the partial pressure of B, A, C and D in this way. Now as we have written the formula for Kp, that is Kp is equal to Pc to the power C, Pd to the power D divided by Pa to the power A, Pb to the power D. Now in the place of Pc, Pd, Pa and Pb, we will be writing these terms. So what will be getting now the equation? The equation will be in this way. So in the place of Pc, we have wrote that is CRT. CRT is written. Similarly for the other terms also. And here Pc to the power C, that's why concentration of CRT to the power C is there. In this RT is common, so we will separate it. So we will be getting this equation in this way, that is here power RT to the power C and RT to the power D, that is can be written as RT to the power C plus D, because if you know the formula, that is x to the power A into x to the power B. So what is equal to? That is equal to x to the power A plus B. So we are applying this formula. That means same if product of same component with powers different, so that can be written as x to the power A plus B. So similar formula we are applying here. RT to the power C, RT to the power D, that can be written as RT to the power C plus D. Similarly in the denominator also, RT to the power A, RT to the power B, that can be written as RT to the power A plus B. Now here we got this term. Now we are familiar with this term. What is this? C to the power C, D to the power D divided by A to the power A, B to the power B. That is nothing but Kc. So we have learned this already. This term is actually Kc. Now we can rewrite this equation in this way. That is Kp is equal to Kc RT to the power delta N. That is this term. This term we can write it as Kc, because this term is nothing but the equilibrium constant in terms of concentration. So that is Kp is equal to, this term is written as Kc and RT to the power delta N. Now what is delta N here? Because here RT to the power C plus D and RT to the power A plus B, that can be written RT to the power, it can be written as RT to the power C plus D minus A plus B. We can write this in this way because if you are familiar with this formula, mathematic formula, that is x to the power A divided by x to the power B. So what is the formula? That is x to the power A minus B. So we are applying this formula. So what we got here? That is RT to the power, that is we can write this equation as RT to the power A, RT to the power, that is C plus D. So I'll rub it here. So RT to the power C plus D, then what we have in the denominator, RT to the power A plus B, that is minus A plus B. So now this term we can write it as that we can write it in the form of delta n. So that is C plus D minus A plus B can be written as delta n. So what we got this now formula? We got Kp is equal to Kc RT to the power delta n, where here delta n is equal to the moles of the gaseous product minus that of moles of gaseous reactant, because here as we have already discussed, C and D are the stoichiometric coefficient on the product side. So the number of moles of the product minus number of moles of the reactant, that is in gaseous state. So delta n can be represented in this way. So what is delta n here? Delta n is equal to C plus D minus A plus B. Let us take one example. H2 plus I2 give rise to twice HI, where H2, I2 and HI are in gaseous state. So we can express the equilibrium constant in terms of pressure, that is Kp is equal to pressure of HI to the power 2, because the stoichiometric coefficient here it is 2, therefore we are writing 2 in the powers, divided by pressure of H2 by pressure of I2, that is in the reactant side. So don't forget to write the that is product by reactant. So here also product by reactant, but that in terms of pressure. Here the stoichiometric coefficient for H2 and I2 is 1, therefore in the powers it is 1 here. So what is the relation between Kp and Kc here? That is Kp is equal to Kc here. That is Kp is equal to Kc. Why it happens here? Because in this reaction, as we have already wrote the equation, that is a relation between Kp and Kc, that we wrote the equation in this way, that is Kp is equal to Kc RT to the power delta n. So what is delta n here? So delta n, how we can solve it? Delta n is equal to C plus D minus A plus B, that is the number of moles of product minus number of moles of reactant. So what we have in the product side? In the product side there is only HI, so twice HI, so 2 minus in the reactant side here, that is this is 1 mole of H2 and here it is 1 mole of I2, that is this term, that is A, and this one is B, small b. So here the stoichiometric coefficient is 1 and here the stoichiometric coefficient is 1. So 1 plus 1, 2. So that is the number of moles on the product side and the reactant sides are same. So delta n is equal to 0. Delta n equal to 0 means this term will not be there. So that is, in that case, Kp will be equal to Kc. So that's why we got here Kp is equal to Kc. So for that equilibrium reaction where the number of moles on the reactant side and the number of moles on the product side is same, for that reaction Kp is equal to Kc, like this example. But there are some examples in which the number of moles of reactant and product are not same. Let's take one example, that is H2 plus I, that is H2 plus N2 give rise to NH3. Here N2 plus thrice H2 give rise to twice NH3. So what is the Kp? The Kp is equal to the pressure of the product, that is NH3, and in the powers 2, because here the stoichiometric coefficient is 2, divided by N2. And what is in the powers? Because here only 1 mole of N2, therefore the power is 1 here, and H2, pressure of H2 to the power 3, because stoichiometric coefficient is 3 here. So here the relation between Kp and Kc is equal to R2 to RT to the power minus 2. Now how we got minus 2 here? So here, as we have learned that equation, the general equation, in which here it is delta n. So how the delta n is equal to minus 2 for this equation, that we need to find out. Delta n, as we have learned, delta n is equal to C plus D, that is the number of moles of the product side, minus A plus B, that is the number of moles on the reactant side. Now look at this equation. What is C here? On the product side we have that is only ammonia is there on the product side here. So that is twice NH3. So C is 2 and D is not there because only one term is there in the product side. So that is D is equal to 0 here, minus A. What is A here? A is the number of moles of nitrogen, it is 1 here, plus B, that is 3 here. Number of moles of hydrogen is 3. So when you solve this one, what will be getting? That is 2 minus 4, that is equal to minus 2. So in this way we are getting the delta n value is equal to minus 2. Therefore, this equation, for this equation, Kp is equal to Kc RT to the power minus 2, because here delta n we are getting minus 2. So that is the relation of Kp and Kc for this equation. So on the basis of the number of moles of the reactant and the number of moles of product, we can find the relation between Kp and Kc for any equilibrium reaction in this way. Now let us do some problems. It is one of the text problem, that is solved problem 7.3. Here it is given that PCl5, PCl3 and Cl2 are equilibrium at 500 Kelvin and having the concentration of 1.59 m for PCl3, 1.5 m for chlorine and 1.41 m for PCl5. Calculate the Kc for this equation. So the equation is given to us. Now here the concentration is given, that is for these gases. So we'll be writing the relation here, that is Kc we are writing, that is the formula PCl3 Cl2, that is concentration of PCl3 into concentration of Cl2 divided by concentration of PCl5. For this equation we are writing the Kc. So now the values are given to us. So these values will be substituting and we will solve it. So we get the answer, that is 1.59. So here this is a straightforward question. Just we need to write the Kc for this equation, that is an equilibrium reaction, and we have to substitute the values here. That is the 1.59 is given for PCl3 and 1.59 for Cl2. That's why concentration of PCl3 and Cl2 is same. Therefore 1.59 to the power square, and the concentration of PCl5, that is given 1.41. So that is written and the values can be got in this way. So this is a problem. Here the stoichiometric coefficient plays a very important role. So don't forget to keep the stoichiometric coefficient on the powers. Now we will be doing the next problem, that is problem 7.5. It is also a textbook in text solved problem. The question is for the equilibrium, for this equation, the value of equilibrium constant Kc is given here at 1069 Kelvin. Calculate the Kp for this reaction at this temperature. As here the equilibrium constant in terms of concentration is given to us, that is Kc is given to us, we have to find out Kp. So how we do this type of problem? We need to make a relation between Kp and Kc. So for this problem, we'll be applying this formula, that is Kp is equal to Kc RT to the power delta N. Now it is very important to find out delta N here. How we find out delta N? Delta N is equal to C plus D minus A plus B. That is the number of moles on the product side minus number of moles on the reactant side. Now look at here in the equation. On the product side 2 NO is there and here 1 Cl2. That is written here 2 plus 1 it is written here, that is on the product side, minus. Now what we have on the reactant side? Only one reactant is there, that is of 2 times, and that is 2 moles of it. So that is minus 2. So when you solve it, we'll be getting 1. So here delta N we got 1. So in this equation, here delta N can be written as 1. So now we'll be applying the formula and we'll substituting the values. So Kp is equal to Kc value that is given in the problem. So we'll be taking that value and R value is taken 0.0831 into the temperature that is given here. That value, when you solve it, will be getting the Kp. So here it is important to keep the value of R, that is 0.0831. That should be taken as the value of R, that is in terms of bar liter per mole Kelvin. So here we will not be taking 8.314 value. Here it should be taken in terms of bar liter per mole Kelvin. This in this unit we have to take. So 0.0831 value should be taken as R. So this is the problem. So here we have done some problem related to Kp and Kc, and these are the very quite important type of question for the exam. So this is all about this video. Have a nice day.